All right, we're here with Jonathan Lucenay, founder, CEO of Client Command. Jonathan, thank you so much for taking some time with us today.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
You know, whenever I'm around you, I love the optimism that just exudes from you. I think like the energy we just started talking about 5 Saturday marches, and I mean, I would have thought you were out there on the sales decks actually closing deals today.
Hey, we're in it with our clients, so we kind of feel like we are out there on the sales desk, right?
I
It's
love
going
it.
to be a great month.
For sure.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I want to get into just because I think a lot of people, you guys have been around for a little while, and most people when they think about Client Command, historically think about a marketing agency displaying ads and running campaigns for people, but you all have really taken a new trajectory, especially with all of the data that's circulating auto and is available, and starting to expose that for your dealers and dealers that are coming on your platform. Talk a little bit about what you're doing in exposing shopper and data within the platform.
Yeah, you're right, Kyle. We've been around for a long time. I founded the company in 1999. And in 2018, we created the Active Shopper Network that is, from a technology standpoint, is actually pulling data all across the web. So you can identify a shopper as soon as they start shopping, whether they're on a third party site, a competitor's site, your site, it doesn't matter where they're shopping, phone, tablet, PC. We can tell you exactly who's shopping and when they're shopping. And that's been our competitive advantage from a marketing standpoint for a long time. And our dealers have asked us, hey, can we use these audiences because they outperform every other audience we have? Can we use these for things with other ad agencies or marketing automation platforms, OTT, cable, etc.? And we launched a product at NADA, Audience Builder, that lets the industry use the Active Shopper Network audiences, regardless of whether or not they use our CDP or our marketing automation platform or any of our professional services.
Wow. You know, it's exciting to
My man just like took a mic, dropped it in the middle of
He's
the room,
like,
and
by
walked
the
away.
way, it is so encouraging to see finally, I feel like finally is an okay word to say, where we have tech companies in automotive understanding that open hands are actually better for everybody instead of like constantly working on building the silo and defense, right? Like we're starting to see this flow of information and companies saying like, hey, you can use this even if you don't use that. And I think like the next 5 years of marketing development and even just general like customer experience are going to improve vastly because of that.
100% agree. And as a CEO and founder of a company that serves dealers, has engineering teams, works with other companies, I will tell you, we're super excited because it allows us to double down in the places where we offer competitive advantage for dealers. And it allows other companies to do the same thing. So you don't have to try to be the best at everything, which actually makes you not great at anything. Instead, you get to be great at the things you're great at, and they get to be great at where they're great at, and the dealer gets all the benefit from all the parties.
Like that.
What have you seen as you have been utilizing the your shopper network on platform, and then maybe the early data of exposing these audiences elsewhere? What is that providing from just an out and out results difference for dealers when they use audiences that are built in this way?
So let's talk about ad waste. If you're a dealer, what percentage of your audiences, your advertising, let's look at it as a budget, what percentage of your budget would you want focused on people that are going to buy right now, that are in they're in conversion status versus brand awareness? Most dealers tell us 70, 80, even up to 100%, they want focused on people that are right, they're shopping right now. We ran the best in market data that models that you can find in the industry. So we're talking brand names. The best one, 20.5% of the audience was shopping for a car. which
Wow.
means there was an 80% ad waste. I mean, you could say it's not wasted. These people are going to buy a car in a year or two.
Well, that's not why you're spending the money there, though.
Yes, exactly, Paul. So with the Active Shopper Network, you can focus immediately on the people that are shopping right now. And you can put 100% of the dollars to that. So many dealers will save money by reducing their ad spend. Other dealers will say, hey, I need to ramp it up for this weekend or this month and dial it up. And remember, you can use whatever vendor you want to use. You don't have to use Client Command for that media. Um,
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because though you may want to talk to all those people, right? There are brand exercises and communications that need to go to a broader audience. Maybe you can drag them forward, or maybe they are future purchasers. Paul and I talk a lot about it's not just right audience, right time, it's right message, right?
yes.
And so if you can validate that you have an in-market shopper, like a real person shopping, you actually get to communicate a different message, a lower funnel message to that person rather than just like general brand where you're trying to liken them to the brand. It's much more, hey, this is an opportunity for you to do business with me rather than just come close as far as a brand rep.
Yeah. What if you could actually go a step further and know what their consideration set is and what their intensity score is in terms of how aggressively they're shopping?
Mm.
Then you could really customize that message.
It's funny, my mind just starts working on messaging now. I'm like, oh, the intensity, like, oh, give it to these at the beginning, these at the end. Oh man, that this is an amazing amount of control. And I like how you talked about like the different reasons. Like sometimes you just want the extra boost. And you're going to deploy that capital when you need the extra boost and to be able to say like it's going exactly here because it really is a completely different strategy when you're marketing to people that are up the funnel. Completely different.
Yeah, I mean, you're not talking about somebody that's 2 years from buying a car. You're talking about somebody that maybe they just started shopping 30 seconds ago, or maybe they've been shopping for 30 days, but this person's, they're in it now. They're looking for a car.
What were you doing before you started Client Command? I'm curious now.
I was in
I mean, I
retail.
know. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so
I
like understanding.
If you look, Paul, if you wake up on March 1st
And
and
you're
look
like,
down the line
yes.
at 5 Saturdays and you get excited about it, that means you were in retail at one point. I
He
could have
keep,
told you that.
he starts hitting play button on like the I'm walking on sunshine, right? And he's
Yeah,
just like,
that's exactly it.
dude.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
it's in
Well, hey,
our blood,
Jonathan,
man.
it has been a complete pleasure, and thanks for sharing with us about what you're doing and challenging the status quo of kind of keeping everything close to chest and exposing to dealers a new way of communicating well with their people. It's definitely in line with our core thesis of loving people more than you love cars, because if you can give them the right message at the right time, it definitely says care all over and
That's
through.
right.
So appreciate what you're doing for dealers, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Thanks for joining us here.
Hey, thank you guys. Love what y'all are doing.